actually talking to one of my coworkers yesterday where when you talk to the kids one-on-one versus, in a classroom setting, you get a deeper understanding to how much language they do not have.
Because they can't hide?
Right, exactly, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another way how to explain that, I guess, but just...
Right, because you're focusing on them
Well,
so
a kid
much.
he was trying to explain a story how he got splashed because we went canoeing on a field trip, and instead of being able to say, so-and-so splashed me, it was, he wet me, or,
Right.
so it couldn't even say it properly, he got me wet,
Right.
or just didn't even know the word splash.
Right, and this was a Spanish speaker?
Yes.
And in Spanish, that would be the correct verb form. Like,
Right.
he, me, got wet, or whatever. And so if you transfer it literally into English, it just doesn't work
Doesn't
that well.
work, right.
And then plus, not only does it not work well, but now it's like this really weird thing you said, and someone thinks you peed on you.
Right.
So it brings this whole other dimension that's confounds the problem even more.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was probably a person who did not understand the importance of a student's background and where they came from and what their prior knowledge of just anything was.
So you're talking more than L1, just their life
Yeah,
experiences
both.
too.
But I mean, I recall being introduced to the idea that someone's L1, like their ability to read, write, and speak in that language, played such a huge role in their ability to then learn that second language.
Well, I guess the challenges in literacy, for me, that I've noticed is just the knowledge of the language in general. You can be instructing the kids and think that they understand what you're talking about, but they have no idea.
So like the background they have for a topic,
Well,
or even
the background knowledge for sure, but then also, like the bricks and mortar words, not understanding not understanding what you're trying to explain because there's gaps in the whole
sure. So
language.
the pieces that are holding together the content, they don't have those pieces.
Right, so
Yeah.
they can't connect what you're trying to explain, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and they've maybe had it in somewhere else, but the transfer doesn't come, or they don't
Sure.
they don't have the full understanding of the the cognates in their language and can relate them into the second language.
Sure.
So,
Do you think the transferring of knowledge, are you referring more to like if they see it in science, it maybe doesn't transfer to math, or if they see it in like an ESL classroom and
right,
whether it transfers to
when
the
you
content?
brought up the background knowledge piece,
Okay.
for sure.
Sure.
An example can be they can learn about making a prediction in reading class before they read, but then also transferring that to making a hypothesis in science class, which is
Similar.
very close to the same
Right.
thing, but yet they don't understand that it's similar concepts.
Right.
I guess the one thing is just don't assume that the kids know things. Try to figure out the background knowledge that they do know, or the prior knowledge that they do know, so you're not throwing them in over their head right
Sure.
away.